everyone. Welcome to the 30, what are we, 35? Yeah, the 35th edition of DRW Radio. It's been a while. Yes, we know it's been a while. It's not going to be a long one because I have to get up early in the morning. But we are coming together on this fine afternoon of nobody give a fuckery. We are 6 days away from Nightmare Before Christmas, where we will see which three major champions will be going to one-of-a-kind January 5th to compete in the Triple Threat TLC match for the Elite Championship. Here is the card for the following pay-per-view, Nightmare Before Christmas, and the opening match. It'll be a number one contenders match for the DRW Global title. Cerberus will take on Joker. And then, for the DRW Women's Championship, the return of the women's division as Mickie James goes to defend her title versus newcomer Samara. Then, for the DRW Pure Championship in the Triple Cage, Tyler H defends versus Devon versus JM Punk. And then, for the Superfly X Division title, Jay Styles, the 3-month reign looks to continue as he defends versus newcomer Jonathan Salcedo, Alex Fame, and Cassius Hyde. And then in a three-way dance for the global title, the global champion Harris Hero looks to defend versus Destroyer and the Holy Priest Ken Gatlin. Then for the first time ever, for the DRW Tag Team and the Hardcore title, in a 6-man elimination match, Scum 2.0 looks to defend versus Lucifer Reigns, Rock Rollins, and Seth Ambrose of the Armor. And then for the DRW Television Championship in a street fight, the 3+ reign of Messiah could come to an end as he defends versus THB. And then in the Hell in a Cell match, the rematch of the century from CRW, Chris Hero defends the World Heavyweight title versus Triple X. And then in the co-main event of the evening, in the DMG Dungeon of Doom, the rematch of the century back from Aftermath. Or not from Aftermath, back from a few pay-per-views ago. Firestar Hart versus DMG for the DRW title. And then, in the main event of the evening, later that night, in the main event, and for the DRW Undisputed title inside the Elimination Chamber, Jesse Gates with his first title defense, he will defend versus Angel Gat, Randy Creed, GVD Austin, U-Haws, and Kid Crush. All that in store and more. Nightmare Before Christmas, December 22nd, this Sunday at Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado. Here tonight on the radio show, my guests at this time, the longest reigning DRW television champion in history, Messiah, a runner-up for Superstar of the Year, Tyler H., and runner-up for Mid-Carter of the Year, Ken Gatlin. And we have the right now retired Sean Ripper with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the radio show. Okay, my opening question now. This Sunday, we look to see a card of a lifetime and more. But my opening question goes to Tyler H. as he goes to defend his Pure title in a Triple Cage. Tyler H., this goes to be your second title defense as Pure champion. What are your thoughts?
It's pretty simple. I go in the Triple Cage. I've never been in a Triple Cage before. But facing two other men, I've been in many of these kind of matches before. I've been in triple threats, fatal four-ways, where, I've been in any type of match. But going into a Triple Cage against two guys that I've faced before in my career, but facing JM Punk, a guy that I haven't faced in a long time, and that finally comes back and he gets a title shot against me, I can promise you none of them guys are going to be walking out of that cage, because once that bell rings, they're both going to be laying there in a pile of their own blood.
Well, for numerous weeks on Rebellion, we have seen JM Punk come up with win after win. And last week on Rebellion, we've seen Devon become the #1 contender for the Pure Championship after defeating GVD. GVD would then fill the final slot in the Elimination Chamber for the undisputed title. A bittersweet win for Devon and a bittersweet loss for GVD. This Sunday, Devon looks to cut your reign short, Tyler, as he goes to take the Pure title from you, and JM Punk looks to win his very first title here in DRW.
Devon can say all he wants. He's going to go into that cage knowing that he's going to walk out with nothing. JM Punk can say all he wants. I saw what he had to say a few nights ago. He can say all he wants. He can lay down all the pipe bombs he wants, but once that pipe bomb goes off, it's not going to be a pretty sight for him. When that pipe bomb goes off, all that's going to be said is a sledgehammer bash across his own skull.
What about that four-way for the Superfly Exclusive title? Jay Styles, Jonathan Salcedo, Cassius Hyde, and Alex Payne.
Well, Jay Styles looks to retain, but I believe that we're going to be seeing a new champion coming out of it. And it will be Alex Payne walking away with it.
Yeah, and Jay Styles has actually accepted my challenge. But it all depends on when it's going to be. But I know Jay Styles, I really think he's going to retain the title. And just continue to be reigning champion ever since he first won it back in September.
Actually, I'm going to cut you off right there. As the GM of Rebellion, and being that your title is basically on my show, if you happen to pull out of a match with Devon and JM Punk with the title, defended at Rebellion on Christmas Day against Jay Styles. You heard it here, folks. Jay Styles will be the winner of the Triple Cage match on Christmas Day.
Why would you have him do that, seeing as how he could become, or he could retain the Superfly X Division title? I don't have a problem with him facing off.
Yeah, then what happens?
I don't have a problem with you guys facing off that Christmas night. Hey, that would be a hell of a fucking match.
Like I said, if we both retain our titles, which we will, I told him it would be champion versus champion on Christmas night.
Well, win, lose, or draw for Jay Styles, January 15th at Lethal Paradise, he is the #1 contender for the Elite title. He gets first crack. A 3+ reign. Then, next in line, whenever the title gets dropped, Messiah steps next in line.
Thank you.
If anybody ever beats him for the television title, THP this Sunday has a chance at greatness. He has a chance at redemption. If he goes one-on-one with Messiah, hopefully he can take Messiah out. Possibly, who knows? But one thing is for sure, the way the voting looks right now, January 1st, New Year's Day, will be the Rebellion Awards. Right now, Superstar of the Year with 8 votes, DMG in the lead, Tyler H the runner-up for 7, and then drops down to 6 for Austin Uhas. Pay-per-view of the year right now, 10 votes, Battle Clash, 7 votes, Destination War, 6, Nightmare Before Christmas. Rebellion Award for Rivalry of the Year, Uhas and 0 with 10, DMG and Fire with 6, tied with THP and Fire at 6. And then Mid-Carter of the Year, Johnny Gat with 6, GVD with 5, Messiah with 3. And then submission of the year, Flame Blade, Rings of Saturn, and Lucky 13. Flame Blade and Rings of Saturn are the only two with more than one vote. Then, OMG Moment of the Year, Angel Pam Bombs Demoness off the cell with 8 votes. Austin Yuha spearing 0 through a flaming table with 6. Then Rebellion Award for Breakout Superstar of the Year, Austin Yuha with a devastating lead of 9. Kid Crush with 5, Sean Ripper with 2, Yvonne with 2. Then, Team of the Year, Deadly Alliance with 9, Brotherhood with 3, Scum with 2. Then, a 3-way tie for Title Reign of the Year. Kid Crush, DRW World Champion with 4, Austin Yuha's Undisputed Champion with 4, and Jay Styles Superfly X Division Champion with 4. I would love for everybody to vote at least one time on those, so that we can break the record. So that we can break the 3-way tie before January 1st. Then, Rebellion Award for Heel of the Year, Jesse Gates and Tyler H. both tied with 3 votes. Somebody needs a tiebreaker of that. Then Rebellion Award for Shocker of the Year, DMG Turn on Firestar with 7. Austin beats Chris Zero for the final time, 6. And Zero beats Austin to the Undisputed title for the first time, 5. Then a Rebellion Award for Match of the Year, Gates versus Zero, 9. Zero versus Yuha, 7. Firestar versus DMG, 6. Those are your Rebellion Awards so far. We will be back January 1st for the Rebellion Awards. But, on with the card. Messiah, how do you feel going into this Sunday with a 3+ month reign? Do you feel threatened at all against PHP?
Well, to be honest, first of all, I'm kind of disappointed that no one's been voting for me for Title Reign of the Year. I mean, I'm the only person besides Jay Styles that's been defending his title every single chance he gets. So how I only have 2 votes is kind of beyond me, but you know what? It's whatever. Austin deserves it more than me, probably. I don't know what he did when I got here. But anyway, on to Torrance Banks. Torrance Banks said he can beat me with a light bulb. Yeah, he has a... I'll say this. I'm not going to... Sean Ripper, coming out of retirement, is more of a better chance of him beating me this Sunday, because you never know when the Monster Messiah is going to come out and expose his true identity. I mean, if you saw Messiah's promo yesterday, basically, he is going to Dr. Jekyll and Hyde gimmick now with Messiah, the Monster Messiah, coming dialing back and forth. So, PhD is going to be hard for him to win if he has to face 2 people at one time, meaning 2 different gimmicks going on inside that person's head at one time. So, expect a good bloody match, but I'm sorry to say this, but I'm still going to be a television champion. And I am going to be watching carefully to see who joins the Rumble. Because if I see somebody, who I think doesn't deserve to be in that Rumble, I might have to join. But as of right now, I'm just going to be watching. Because, like I said, I already have my shot at the lead title, so I don't really need to join the Rumble unless you, Chris Zero, need me to join the Rumble. Then I will be in the Rumble. So do you want me in the Rumble, or do you want me to just wait until I get my Elite Championship
Actually,
match?
I wanted to issue a challenge. No one has came even close to taking the television title from you. I've never been a television champion in DRW. If I go on to January 5th and I lose the Elite title, January 15th, Lethal Paradise, I want to step into the ring with Messiah for the very first time.
You know what? I like it, but let's raise the stakes a little bit. Let's say position sells.
For the very first time, 3 stages of hell of DRW, Messiah, I've never backed down from a fight, and I'm not starting tonight. You're on.
You're on.
That's best for business right there. I like
But I
that
want
idea.
you to know something. I'm going to be at my very best. I don't expect anything less from you. This isn't a battle of ego like any match Tyler H would ever step into. This is a battle of respect, and it's a battle of points.
I ain't gonna tell you, don't even start with me, Chris. Don't even try.
If I have a match with you, Chris, I would love to have a match with you. To be honest with you, if you somehow beat me at Lethal Lockdown, Lethal Paradise, not called Lethal Paradise. If Scum 2.0 is still around, right?
Yeah.
Let's make it decision. If I lose, I will have to join Scum 2.0.
Okay, you want to put that over your head. If you lose, you join Scum 2.0. If I lose, you'll never see me in a wrestling ring ever again.
No, I don't want you to retire, because that's not what's best for business. If I happen to win, then I basically just win. If I lose, I just want to. I don't want you to lose it all. If I beat you, because then I won't try my best if I know that I'm going to end your career. I don't want that to happen. If I happen to win, right, then I become leader of Scum 2.0. If I lose, I just become a member of Scum 2.0. How you understand that? How you like that?
There you go. You're on.
That sounds good. And that is best.
But just so everybody doesn't know, February 2nd, the Extreme Rumble. It's a normal Royal Rumble match until you're down to the final two. Then the Hell in a Cell lowers and it becomes a Hell in a Cell match. Pinfall or submission to win. The winner main events Dark Mania April 13th for the Elite title. Get ready.
You know what?
January 15th just became a lot more entertaining.
Watch me now. I'm in the Rumble.
Let me tell you, January 15th is going to be a special day for me. Let me tell you, it's going to be a day where I end somebody's career.
That is 2 confirmed matches. Chris Zero versus Messiah for the television title January 15th. And Tyler H versus King Gatlin for a number 1 contender spot at Extreme Rumble for the Elite title. 2 matches.
Can I make an announcement for Rebellion? Since, we already agreed on this.
No, yeah. Make the announcement.
And, since this is going to be good for business, I'm going to have a war game style match with Christmas trees and a whole bunch of goodies and stuff. We're going to go back to ECW roots, where ECW meets WCW War Games. We're going to have a War Games match, 5-on-5. We're going to have basically what I would consider the Deadly Alliance family. It's going to be me, Firestar Hart, the Angel Gat Taylor. It's going to have Split Zero. If I said your name already, I apologize if I didn't. You're in it too. And we will have, let's see, let me think. Oh yeah, Harris Hero. And we are going to take on Torrance Banks, Tyler H, Grant, GVD, Steve Vaughn, and, what's his name? Crush. However, we are going to have a 6-person in it too, so now we're going to have a 6-on-6 style match with us, you guys being in it, and I will need their next teammates tomorrow. But as of right now, the main event is going to be 6-on-6, Ready Live versus whoever you want, the Grinches. Oh no, Tyler Grinch is going to be part of that team too. That is a 6-on-6. That Rebellion before the Sunday City. Now that is what's best for business. You're welcome.
Now, I wanted to announce, I wanted to say this live over the radio show, and I want this to be worldwide. January 5th. It is no date to forget. January 5th, we take the 3 top stars in this industry. And they step into the ring in a triple threat TLC match for the DRW Elite title. For the first time in history, the Elite title is an original product of DRW. The Elite title is better than the best in the world. It is better than the greatest man that ever lived. It is better than being a legend. When you win that title, you automatically become elite. And January 5th, the world champion, the DRW champion, and the undisputed champion will battle for the Elite title for the first time in history. The three titles will form to one. That title will hang above the ring 15 feet in the air in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Next Monday night, 7 days from today, we will see those three competitors sign the contract. They will hand over their titles and they will battle for the very first and very last time as champions. There will only be one. We make history January 5th. We make history January 15th. From now on, every night will be a history-making night. From here, we do not slow down. We only climb up. And the hill is very steep. I want to see you on the ride.
And there will only be one champion. And they'll be called the champion of champions.
They will. And the man that will be dealing with the contract signing is the co-COO himself, Tyler H. But this Sunday, those three champions will be decided. Those three champions tonight, this Sunday night, Mile High Stadium is the very last time they will defend their title. It is the very last night any one of them will be known as World Champion, DRW Champion, and Undisputed Champion. December 22nd is the last time you will see Chris Hero versus Triple X for the world title. The very last time you will see Firestar versus DMG for the DRW title. It is the very last time you will see Jesse Gates versus Angel Gab versus Randy Creed versus GVD versus Austin Uhausen versus Kid Crush for the undisputed title. From now on, the main event will read Elite Championship match. We do not play around with history. January 5th, we make history. January 5th, we become the greatest E-Fed in the business. January 5th will be the night that will forever be remembered as the night DRW stole the spotlight. From that night on, we will no longer be known as the company that came up from CRW. We will no longer be a company that uses crutches. From that night on, we stand on our own 2 feet, and we take the wrestling world by storm. And on that night, we will not flop, we will not botch, we will not job. On that night, we will prove that we are the better than the best. We are greater than the greats. We are simply elite. I want to see you on the ride to the Elite title, and I want to see everybody step up from here on out. The competition thickens. Double the work, double the duty. Are you ready?
Yeah, I don't want to say this, but I can't help it. I'm going to take this from Sean. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Be there. This was DRW Radio. The next time you will hear from us will be January 2nd, 3 days before the epic event. 3 days before history gets made. We appreciate your business. DRW, then, now, forever, immortal, elite. Thank you.